I was just watching Messenger's video about the reason why she's not sending money to Africa anymore. And I don't want to send money to Africa anymore, but for a different reason. For me, I feel like I'm a hater, right? Every time I go to Africa, especially lately, the lifestyle that they're living there is just ridiculous. So these people are the people that you basically feed, pay their rent, when they get sick, you pay for that and all of those things. But these people are living their best life out there. Like, I go there, they go to the most expensive hair salons, they go to the most expensive nail salons. They're living large, okay? Like, they're out there drinking like juices all day. Mind you, it's not like in America where you buy juice and keep it in the refrigerator. You literally have to buy like the canned juice every time, and they're not cheap. For us it might be cheap when you convert, but for them it's not cheap. So that could rack up to like 1 day of worth of food for the whole family. They're going clubbing, buying shisha, like spending $15 on shisha. That's like 150,000 there, which is a lot of money there. So they're doing all of these things, living this, glamorous lifestyle that you don't even have in America. And I just sit there and I look at them. I'm like, I'm the one funding like half of this lifestyle, and I don't even have this lifestyle. You know how when we're here, we're going, like sometimes you go through a rough patch or you're trying to save money for something. At least for me, when I'm trying to save money for something specific, or at times it's a little hard, I cut down on certain things, right? Like instead of getting my nails done every 2 weeks, for example, sometimes I won't even get my nails done at all, or I'll go like a month or two before I get my nails done again. Or like some expenses you can cut down on because of the situation, and then when you're fine, then you resume them. They don't know that. They just spend. They're like, oh, I need my nails done, or I'm gonna die. I need my hair done, and not everybody can do my hair. This specific person, like, there is no compromise because they know the money is going to come. You see the mentality? So for me, it was about 8 years ago when I went there and I stayed longer. Then I realized, these people are not struggling. These people just need extra money to do all these glamorous things, to live large. I'm not living large, and I'm the one funding all of these expenses. So I made the decision that I'm not sending money to Africa anymore. So for me, it's like, unless you're really sick and I can see proof that you're sick, or something very urgent is happening, like literally something very urgent is happening, or it has to do with the children and things like that, then I will send the money. But just to send money and pay somebody's rent, or like things like that, I don't do that anymore. No more sending money to Africa. And I kid you not, as soon as I made that decision and I started sticking to it, my life here changed. You know what I mean? And the whole time you're sitting there, oh, I need to look for baraka. I need to look for baraka. I feel like some things don't even have baraka in it. The baraka will stop with my mom and my dad, and the rest of the people can just, let's all work for our lifestyle. I want to have that lifestyle too. I just don't have somebody else paying for it.
So I don't know who needs to hear this, but don't let your Caribbean parents guilt you into giving your money away. Don't let your Caribbean parents guilt you into giving your money away to people who you don't know. And even if you do know them, they are not entitled to your finances. The lady in the video was speaking specifically to Hispanics, but as a child of a Jamaican mother, I've experienced this and I can speak to it. When I tell you I've been asked for everything from Jordans to laptops, honey, and this is from the age of 20s on upwards. I've literally had family members in Jamaica ask me for the clothes off my back and then get mad at me when I came back downstairs and wouldn't give them the clothes that I was literally wearing. My mother would always guilt me into this, and she would say life in the islands is hard, it's rough, you have to help your family. But literally, I would do all of this, she still does it, and she wouldn't even get a thank you. Honey, she would go to Jamaica and she wouldn't even get a free mango. If she wanted a mango, they would buy a whole box of mangoes and she's paying for all of them. I would literally give and give and give, and the giving was never enough. It was never ending. On top of that, the same people that I was giving to would turn around and complain that they wanted something more expensive, something of a higher brand, things along those lines, until finally one day it hit me. I'm not doing this anymore. For me, what I had to realize is that my mom is going to do what she wants to do. She's going to keep giving until she has nothing left to give, and they're going to continue to take. I had to become okay with that. I came to that realization in 2020, and honey, I've never looked back. Set yourself free and don't let your parents guilt you
I'm
into.
a first generation American with both parents from Jamaica, and boy, do I have stories. I watched my mother send money back to her older brother in Jamaica for years. She was practically covering majority of his expenses. And the excuse was always, oh, things are so hard in Jamaica, there's not much opportunity, etc., etc. So when I was a teenager, I went to Jamaica for the first time and met this particular uncle. The first thing he said to me after finding out I was his sister's daughter was, wow, I heard your mom has gotten fat since moving to the States. Then he proceeded to ask 13-year-old me for $20. And I really think that's where my villain origin story began as it relates to sending money back home. Because first of all, this was an able-bodied man and he really could have worked. But I realized that the same people you're supporting will turn around and make jest of you behind your back. So if you want to send money, go for it. But this idea that you're obligated to send money back to people in your home country has got to.
Friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to this beautiful channel. So in today's video, we are talking about this video which I have just put together, why people are stopped sending money back home or to Africa. So people came out with a lot of different views and opinions why they're doing that, and they have their own reasons why they're doing that. Okay, so I also want to add on why maybe people are doing all this, why have they stopped sending money to Africa. So number one is the economical pressure. So let's talk about economical pressure. With the cost of living skyrocketing in many countries, it's becoming increasingly difficult for people to save money, let alone send it back home. Many individuals are dealing with high rent, raising healthcare costs, and other financial burdens. When you're struggling to make ends meet in your own life, sending money back home can become a significant strain and difficult. So, closely related to economic pressure is the need for personal financial stability. Many people feel that they need to prioritize their own financial security before they can support others. This includes saving for emergencies, investing in their own future, and ensuring that they have enough to live comfortably. It's a shift from feeling obligated to save money back home, to send money back home, or to focusing on building a stable financial foundation for themselves. Another thing that I can talk about is mental healthy and setting of boundaries. The expectations to continually send money can take a toll on someone's mental well-being. People are starting to recognize the importance of setting boundaries to protect their mental health. This means having difficult conversations with family members about what they can realistically afford, and explaining that their inability to send money doesn't have reflect a lack of care or love. So another thing is family dynamic also changing. Traditionally, sending money back home was seen as a duty, especially in many cultures where supporting family is highly valued. However, younger generations are beginning to challenge these expectations. They're advocating for more equitable, and realistic approaches to family support, often discussing the financial realities they face in their new countries. Another thing is social media has played a role in this trend. Platforms like TikTok and Instagram allow people to share their stories and connect with others who are experiencing similar situations and struggles. This sense of community and shared experience can be incredibly validating. It helps people to feel less isolated in their decisions and more confident in setting boundaries and prioritizing their own well being. So another thing that I want to talk about is where a broader culture shift towards empowerment and self-care. People are learning to say no and explain their reasons without feeling guilty. This empowerment is fostering healthy family and dynamics and encouraging more open and honest communication about financial realities. So So there you have it, a look at why people are stopping sending back home. It's a complex issue driven by economic pressures, the need for personal financial stability, mental health considerations, changing family dynamics, and the power of social media. So guys, this is what I can say. So I think we should also learn to understand, because some people, they're even upset. Like if you say no, I don't have the money, they'll even get upset for you. Like they feel like they're entitled to your money, but no, your money is your money. If you feel like giving, you can give. If you feel like you can't do it anymore, you can't do it. Like there's no forcing you to do something. Okay, there's no one who can force you to do something which you don't even like. You have rights to say no, you have rights to say yes. So if you feel like no, this is not what I want to do, don't do it. Okay, and always help where we see like you can come in. So like every time everyone needs to call you, because when you look at yourself, you also have to take care of yourself, especially if you're back in another country, in your country. It's very difficult, like to start, you have to start your life new, everything new. So like you have to put yourself together, work hard so that you have it all. This is when you can start sending something for other people too. Okay, so don't feel guilty if someone is calling you and you feel like you can't do it. Just straightforward, no, I can't help at the moment. I also have pressures. Okay, because some people they get upset, but let them get upset, because they're not entitled to your money. Like you sweat alone, so you give whoever you want to give. And yeah. So, and again, the same people ask for money, they live a very good life, which is true back home. They go to expensive things which yourself you can't even afford. And they go clubbing, when you send them money, because they didn't even work for it, so they have nothing to do with it. Yes, others they benefit from their money, but others no, they just want to like they don't want to invest. If someone gives you money back, like someone sends you money, make sure you invest so that next time you shouldn't go back and ask again, because it's so overwhelming and it's so hectic. Bye bye guys.